Welcome to Golden Bachelor. If you love celebrity news and real entertainment updates, you're in the right place. When love enters someone's life later than expected, it often feels like a small miracle. Unexpected, wonderfully confusing, and sometimes beautifully chaotic. And for Joan Vassos, one of the most beloved women to ever step into the world of televised romance, that miracle came wrapped in hope, courage, and a man named Chock. For months, fans watched their story unfold with soft smiles, giggles, and sighs that whispered, maybe love really does bloom at any age. Joan brought grace. Chock brought charm. Together, they created a feeling, one that made viewers lean closer to their screens, cheering for something real. But life doesn't always follow the script we imagine. Recently, Joan revealed something that caught everyone by surprise. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, it was simply honest. An update that suggested she and Chock are no longer continuing the romantic journey fans had grown attached to. And today, we're going to dive deep into that story, not to gossip, but to explore the heart behind the headlines, the laughter behind the memories, and the quiet truth behind why some relationships end even when they're full of good intentions. Joan has always been a breath of fresh air, the kind of woman who laughs softly at her own jokes, who cries when she talks about the people she loves, and who steps forward with courage even when the path feels uncertain. She entered this journey hoping to find companionship, joy, and someone who matched her kind of soft strength. Chock, with his warm smile and steady presence, seemed to be that match. The way he looked at her during their first conversation made viewers melt. It was that, I didn't expect this, but I'm glad you're here kind of look. Gentle, affectionate, and full of curiosity. Their chemistry didn't explode like fireworks. It glowed like a lantern. Steady, warm, and quietly reliable. And that's why fans fell in love with them. As weeks turned into months, Joan and Chock gave glimpses of something sweet, moments that felt unscripted, a hand on a shoulder, a laugh that lasted too long, a conversation where both forgot the cameras existed. Viewers noticed the ease between them, an ease that comes only when two people feel safe enough to be themselves. But relationships, especially ones born in the whirlwind world of reality romance, are complicated. They require time, space, communication, and the ability to navigate life's past, present, and future together. And sometimes, even when hearts are open, life adds its own twists. Joan recently shared that she and Chock have chosen different paths. She didn't blame anyone. She didn't shade anyone. That's simply not who she is. Instead, she spoke with maturity, gratitude, and a surprising softness, almost as if she wanted fans to know, it's okay, really. There's something remarkable about the way she handled it. Many people would deliver such news with tension, fear, or frustration. Joan delivered it like someone who has lived enough life to understand that love doesn't always end because of mistakes. Sometimes it ends because two good people simply need different things. And that's a lesson people of every age can learn from. Imagine Joan walking through her home, maybe with a cup of tea, thinking about the journey she went on. She probably smiled at the memories, Chock's gentle humor, their thoughtful conversations, the way he made her feel seen. And she probably felt a little sadness too, knowing that those sweet moments belong to a chapter that has quietly closed. But Joan is the kind of woman who carries her memories like photographs, kept, cherished, but not clung to. She steps forward with gratitude, not regret. Fans were quick to react, of course. Some were shocked. Some were sad. Others said things like, I just want Joan to be happy. And that's exactly the point. Joan is happy. Maybe not in the way fans pictured, but in a way that aligns with what she truly needs at this stage of her life. Because love isn't a race, and it isn't a performance. It's a journey, one that Joan continues to walk with courage. What makes Joan's story special is that she never portrayed herself as perfect. She showed vulnerability, she admitted fears, she shared her dreams, and in doing so, she connected with millions of people who saw themselves in her. Whether she's navigating grief, Rediscovering confidence or exploring romance, she does it with a rare authenticity. Chock, too, deserves appreciation. He treated Joan with respect. He showed genuine affection. He stepped into her world with sincerity. And, even though the romantic chapter between them seems to have ended, it's clear that their time together meant something real. Relationships don't need to last forever to be meaningful. Sometimes they come into our lives to remind us that we're still capable of connection, laughter, joy, and warmth, even after heartbreak. Sometimes they appear to help us rediscover pieces of ourselves we forgot existed. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what Joan and Chock brought into each other's lives. Fans might wonder what happens next for Joan. Will she give love another chance? Will she step into another adventure? Will she open her heart once more? Knowing Joan, the answer
Not because she's
is
desperate,
yes.
not because she's searching, but because she believes that life still has beautiful surprises waiting for her. She believes that companionship is a gift worth pursuing, and she believes that her story, her real story, is far from over. Imagine her laughing with friends, attending family gatherings, or taking quiet walks in the evening. That glow she carries isn't from romance alone, it's from self-love, resilience, and a heart that refuses to dim. And maybe somewhere in the world, there's someone who will cross paths with her eventually. Someone whose personality blends with hers like a familiar melody. Someone who understands her quiet strength and matches her gentle humor. Someone who will look at her not like a contestant on a show, but like a partner for the next chapter of life. And if that happens, fans will once again cheer for her because they admire her for more than just her romantic storyline. They admire her as a person. For now, though, Joan is embracing peace. She's embracing clarity. She's embracing the understanding that love can exist in many forms. Friendship, family, memories, and even the love she once shared with Chock. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be heartbreaking. It can just be part of a beautiful, evolving journey. So here's to Joan, to her courage, to her laughter, to her willingness to love even when life has been unpredictable, to her ability to move forward with kindness and confidence. And here's to Chock, a man who brought smiles, warmth, and companionship into her story, even if only for a season. Some stories end quietly. Some end softly. Some end with gratitude instead of sadness. And this seems to be one of those stories. For everyone who followed their journey, this isn't a conclusion. It's simply a new beginning, an invitation to watch what life brings next, to stay hopeful, and to remember that love arrives in many shapes and at many times. And as Joan continues her path, one thing is certain. She will do it with grace. She will do it with an open heart. And she will do it with the same gentle spirit that made the world fall in love with her in the first place. If you're watching, listening, or reading this story right now, take a moment to celebrate the courage it takes to love at any age. Celebrate the bravery it takes to open your heart. And celebrate the strength it takes to walk away when the journey no longer fits. Love doesn't end. It simply changes form. And Joan Vassos is living proof of that. And who knows? The next chapter of her story might be the most beautiful one yet. Thanks for watching Golden Bachelor. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next big story.